comics, I might add. It's perfect. It's dark. The characters that die, because there have been multiple iterations of the Doom Patrol. It seems like the only real constant in the group has been Robot Man, and he's basically just been around for years watching all of his teammates systematically die off. And I think as a film franchise, if you actually took that and had the characters die and made it stick, that would I feel, if nothing else, make comic book movies seem a little bit more serious, something to be taken more seriously. I think if death can actually mean something, and character, it can actually affect a character in the way that it did Robot Man.
Yeah, if you kind of picked up on that and made it kind of like a Mission Impossible setup, where like Robot Man is your continuing character, and the others fall by the wayside, and others have to be called in.
They have to be called in. You lose people betray you, so on and so forth. Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah.
So it's a real possibility.
There's so much that he's worked on. The Metal Men would make great.
Metal Men would be pretty awesome too.
They would be great too. Yeah, you could do all kinds of wild stuff with them.
Yeah, I think it would depend on
versions of Batman. Do an Earth 2 Batman. Have him marry Catwoman. Have Helena Wayne, which I think was the best Huntress. Yeah,
really think so? Not Bertinelli?
Yeah. You don't want Bertinelli. I keep thinking of Valerie Bertinelli.
Nice.
And certainly, your Power Girl was the best.
Nice.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I really enjoyed doing the team-ups with Power Girl and the Huntress that ran at Wonder Woman for a while.
Yeah, those are some pretty fun runs.
Well, actually, that brings up a question, because we see a lot of independent comic book creators, as well as quote-unquote majors, get more into pushing female superheroes, heroines. And you definitely worked on projects, again, Power Girl, Huntress, that people talk about all the time. When they talk about, women being represented, those are some of the works that that people kind of play off of, a lot of times. Are there any particular comics or characters, female, that you're most proud of as far as the images that you put out there?
Well,
or the characters?
Certainly Novocaine from E-Man. Either version, when she was, a civilian, or when she became a superhero. But the original Huntress, I'm really fond of that character, and I do miss that character. I think she was really good. It's always cool to run into cosplayers who are doing the Huntress. So,
they're everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's good with me. But yeah, I'm real attached to the Huntress.
Nice. That's awesome. Do you think they're gonna do a Huntress movie?
No.
You don't think that'll ever happen?
Soon.
Arrow, but
she's part of like that whole Arrow brand right now. Okay. She's in the show, and they're gonna bring her back. But as far as films go, I don't know if they're willing to take a chance on her yet. Yeah. Unfairly, yeah.
Yeah, and the Arrow version of the Huntress is a little bit too bloodthirsty for, to really develop the character.
Yeah, I can see that.
She kills people off at a whim doesn't make her that sympathetic that she could really take the character really that far.
Yeah, I feel like that version of Huntress, they're trying to model more after maybe like the anti-heroes of the 90s, because I feel like that's when she kind of made that turn and became a lot more bloodthirsty, like you said. I don't know, I just kind of see her as like maybe DC's version of the Punisher.
I was about to say it.
She's like the Punisher, and it's like, I kind of like that, because the Punisher is just so crazy and out of his mind and antisocial that it's like, it makes him interesting. Not fun, but interesting. So
the Punisher is interesting. Yep.
The Arrow's having a lot of problems with taking liberties that people seem to be consistently not too fond of with their characters. I mean, Drew, you were saying for a while, well, who's Black Canary? Who's, it's got a little gray of who is who and what is what within that show.
They switched some things around just because reviews and whatnot changed, and as they're writing the show each season, they've changed certain things to make sure that their ratings don't go down. And some of the decisions that they made pertaining to Black Canary, Huntress, characters like that. It did a little bit of this for a time. And at the same time, they're trying to do different iterations of these characters to make them appeal to wider audiences. For example, Mr. Terrific is there this season, and he's actually gay. He has a husband and everything like that. I know some of my friends were a little bit irritated at that for whatever reason. But I don't know. I feel like sometimes it works, other times it doesn't.
Yeah, it's the TV is a separate reality from the comic.
Right.
I'm talking about comics as a reality, but maybe I'm a little off there too. But you have to adapt things to your own medium. Some things work one way and some don't work the other way.
Right. Which would you prefer?
Well, the show I really like is The Flash.
Thank you, Joe.
So many of the things I recognize from the Julie Schwartz Flash,
right?
They've kind of given them a little spin so that they're more modern. Things kind of things that took years to come out in the comics come out a lot faster, and they kind of mesh together.
Right.
So I think it works.
Flash is great. I do like how cognizant they are to give homages to the old versions. Like recently, me, Constantine, and Seven were talking about the crossover with Jay Garrick and Barry Allen, where they had the brick like balustrade, and then they cross over, and it's like, "Help me, Flash," and I'm coming. That was definitely.
That justifies the run of the show. So
now, Joe, is there anything you're working on now that you would like people to know of? Oh.
Well, the main thing I'm doing is Dick Tracy, which even if people don't see it in a lot of the papers, it's at GoComics.com all the time. So that's a lot of work. That takes up most of my time.
Constantine, can you hold that up again?
Yeah, I'm telling you, you guys got to see this. There's so much respect and love in what he's doing in this. I mean, you've gone back to taking things from the past and bringing them forward. I don't want to, spoil things, but it's beautifully done. You guys definitely deserve the Harvey Award when you guys won it. I mean,
thank you.
Not enough to say about this. You can see the love put into this, and I really, really telling everybody that you got to get on board with this. And I don't know if you've been on the Facebook pages, that they really love your work and Mr. Curtis's work. There's a lot
great.
Of stories. And duly so. And I'm glad to see a pulp, because when I spoke to you, I told you how much I was into the pulp, and it was great. Maybe hopefully it'll start the nice big comeback.
Hopefully. I mean, they're definitely fans of Dick. Like myself, when I was a kid, I got introduced to Dick Tracy through the movie with Warren Beatty and Madonna. And realizing after the fact, when I got a little older, that was based on a comic, that's what got me into reading all those. So it's always been around. It's not really. I don't think it's ever going to go anywhere. Pulps aren't going to die. Right. Like they're gonna.
Well, you got a guy they push him and support him, because everything is X-Men or mutant or whatever, and it's put it down. It doesn't compare to what's out there,
Yeah.
Doc Savage. I'm hoping the Tarzan thing doesn't bomb next year. I don't know.
Tarzan.
It's been done. If they stay true, and Dean, you talk about this all the time. How there's certain properties that if you're going to redo it, try to stay as close as possible to the original work, because that's what it is. That's what we fell in love with. Joe, do you feel the same way, or do you like the liberties of how some people are using the material?
In general, I like them to stick to the classic versions.
Okay.
But unfortunately, John Carter was very close to the classic version, and I really loved that movie. But there were all kinds of things that killed it. But sometimes it works. But I really liked that movie, and that was really close to the original material.
Right.
Yeah. Word has it that they're trying to. I'm sorry, Constantine. What's up?
No, I liked it too. You can see it on the Facebook page. I'm there with everybody. You know, it was a good movie. It should have performed better. And they're looking into doing another movie. So hopefully.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah.
I don't know. I want my Man of Bronze movie.
And definitely a Doc Savage. I'll have to see. But
Doc Savage. I feel like that would be like probably one of the best period piece movies that they could possibly make of the superhero brand because he was one of the first.
Yeah,
So-
right. A lot of Superman was taken from Doc Savage.
Absolutely. Down to
Thank
Fortress
you.
of Solitude. Yeah. The
Yeah.
Fortress
Yeah.
of Solitude was Doc Savage. People don't believe me when I say that.
And his first thing, Clark.
You know,
Clark Savage, yeah. So, come on.
Yeah.
me saying, "Oh, Superman was the first superhero." I'm like,
Superman, Captain America, Batman, so many other characters wouldn't have existed without Doc Savage, I think. Indiana Jones included in that, I feel.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're right. I think a lot is owed to Doc Savage. Yeah.
Well,
It's,
That would be that.
it could be a really good movie.
If done well in
If
the right hands of people that know the material, yes, I believe so.
and I've also heard that Warren Beatty's looking to do a sequel to Dick Tracy now that he's got full rights to it. He had,
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
he had a long lawsuit. That thing went back and forth.
Wow.
And Dick Tracy was with all these superhero things. The people don't realize they won 3 Oscars.
Yeah.
You know?
I think the best soundtrack or original.
Best costumes. I mean, that was something for a superhero type movie.
Right.
You know, to
Would he
win.
be Dick Tracy in that movie? I mean, how old is he now, Warren Beatty?
I don't know, 57.
He would have to be
Tracy.
looking somebody else to take over the role.
I
think.
agree, yeah. Let's go that route.
Oh man. Well, that's great. Well, again, can you tell us that tell us your website so that way people can find your stuff?
Okay, well, I am at www.joestaton.com, all small letters, just JOESTATON.com. So I've got my site there. Generally
Awesome.
post what times I'm going to be at and what things I'm doing. So you should be able to track me on there. And like I said, anybody who wants to follow Dick Tracy is at gocomics.com/Dick Tracy. So
Awesome.
that's a good way to do that.
And thank you so much, Constantine, for reaching out to Joe. And Joe, thank you so much for coming on to Eclectica. We really appreciate it. It's awesome.
Most chill, easygoing guest we've had thus far, I want to say.
Yes. And you're cool with me because you like the Flash. I think they're doing it really well with balancing the
Definite pinpoints
classic and the new, and it's hip, it's funny, you know, it's a little bit of everything, which is awesome.
Very good. I'm glad we're there.
All right, folks, you're watching Eclectica. Constantine, Drew, Joe Stanton, I'm 7, and this is awesome, and we'll see you guys next week. And Joe, would you come back again?
I'd be glad to.
Awesome. Thank you. And everyone can
Thank
enjoy
you.
The Walking Dead. It starts right about now.
Let's see if Glenn lives. Come on, guys.
I'll be following it closely to see if Glenn is still there.